fuse. Nice work. Where's your companion? Makes a good impression. You will not believe how much fun this is. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. I'm just doing what I do. Won't stop doing what I do. Can't stop me now. Ain't backing down. Can't stop me now. I'm just doing what I do. Won't stop doing what I do. It's 2019. I'm sure they prepared a video.
Now are you excited? Would you like to see it? Would you like to see it? How about we bring the star of the show? Are we ready? Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the new Prime Scan.
Please put your hands together for the star today. A hero of speed, accuracy, and usability. The one and only Prime Scan. Can't stop me now.
Thank you for bringing the star of the show here. Hey, how about this was a technological masterpiece. Why don't we bring some of the members of the R&D team here?
Absolutely, we need to do that. So welcome on stage, Dr. Conrad Klein and Leo Merkel.
Member of the R&D team, how does it feel that your first project was the Prime Scan?
Well, speaking for myself personally, it's a great opportunity joining such a nice project with such nice guys working together. I definitely learned a lot, so staying on stage today is a really pleasure for me. It's a privilege to represent this cool new product there.
And so not only were you involved in the development, but I hear you scan pretty well.
Yeah.
Maybe you'd like to give the audience a demo. Would you guys like to see it scan? had to specifically train for. Nobody else can do that, right?
Well, actually, if you practice a little bit, everyone can do it.
That was fantastic. Well done, well done.
Thank you very much.
So, Leon, please give a round of applause. Dr. Conrad Klein, this was his project. So now that you've seen all of the work, how do you feel right now?
Well, the whole team, I think, is pretty proud of what we are able to present here. You have to imagine, after a long period of top-secret R&D work, it's a good place to be here with a new product on stage, having it presented for the first time to a large audience like this. So it's a good place to be here today, and I'm happy to be here and proud of the team.
It's a marvelous product. Now, you were tasked. Tasked with doing something that, you know, a lot of people didn't think was possible, improving on the OmniCam. How does it feel that you had to set the new standard?
Obviously, if you look at the OmniCam, that's a tough challenge. I mean, the OmniCam is already a very good camera. It's not too easy to increase the quality substantially. Also, if you look at some of the competitor systems, it's not so easy. So we were asking ourselves, where can we address this challenge? And we were thinking about indications that were difficult to obtain before, indications that were sometimes even impossible, or indications that were simply no fun to do. And I think if you see what we achieved here today, we are on a good way to making all these indications easily possible now.
Perfect. And you know, more precision, faster scans, more workflows for DI, all of that is included in this. Now, I had a chance about a year ago, Christian, I was in Bensheim and saw the early prototypes, and I had to say it was a little scary at that time. We were there, we're like, what is this thing? It doesn't really look like it's going to work, but obviously it was early in the development. When did you know that, you know what, I think we have a winner here? At what point in the process?
Well, there was a very early point in the process when an email of my colleague Eva dropped in to the whole team, and she said, well, I pictured my teeth, look how beautiful they are. And we looked at a 3D image of the teeth, and it was really beautiful because all the details were there, all the surfaces in the interdental spaces were there, and everyone in the team thought at that moment, wow, this is going to work when it's ready.
Well, it's fantastic. How do you feel right now? And being the product manager of it all, what is your feeling right now?
Well, PrimeScan is digital dentistry in perfection. There is no weakest link, right? Every single feature really contributes to an outstanding performance. A while ago, on a Monday morning, I received an email from one of our early users, Mike Scranstead from the United States. So he wrote, I must say that I'm shocked how good the scanner and the software is. I knew it would be good, but it has far exceeded my expectations. So that was a great start into a Monday morning, and in a week I can tell you that really excellent. Love to have that every week. I see how all the requirements that we have set a few years ago have come true, and that makes me proud. And Conrad and his R&D team, they really make look as good.
Yeah, no, fantastically done. Now tell us about some of the features and benefits of this new system.
Yeah, you just watched Leon, right? It's about speed. Less than half a minute for the scan of an upper jaw. 2.5 sweeps, no fancy scan protocols. And then if you look at that nice result here, right, really beautiful, like the natural colors and really like the fine details that you see here. So PrimeScan technology really generates 1 million 3D data points per second. And now imagine yourselves, you are with a patient. The patient is in the chair. And you take the PrimeScan in your hands and you feel the great balance, right? You enjoy the ease of use, and then you scan fast across the arch result is this. Yeah, so that is really outstanding. Right? And it's not just about speed, accuracy, ease of use. That will really open up a whole range of new indications. It's also about peace of mind. So the prime scan offers a versatile range of infection control processes. And the ease of use is also supported by the state-of-the-art interface of the acquisition center. It offers perfect ergonomics through a highly adjustable touchscreen and a touchpad, and smooth surfaces enable you to better meet hygiene requirements.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Christian. Wonderful. Congratulations to you and looking forward to the next Chicago Midwinter meeting where I can find that young man who said, do you regret sticking with the CEREC brand? No, not at all. Because when push comes to shove, these guys do it right. They do it very well. So let me introduce the Group Vice President of CAD, CAM, and Orthodontics, Dr. Alex Volker. And he's going to spend some time. And thank you very much. There you go.
Thank you. Excellent. So, good morning, everybody. Good morning. So, obviously, you're interested in the product, which I can fully understand, but I want to walk you through some more maybe managerial topics. Before I do this, I want to quickly introduce myself. I'm a physicist by education, and I'm running CAD, CAM, and Orthodontics right now as on a managerial level. And I have 29 years of experience in the dental field. So I've obviously come from the dentsply side of the equation. I ran various businesses like Endo, like Lab, did a little bit of M&A work, which is buying and selling companies. And I'm really happy to be here now. Since a year, I'm now heading the CAD/CAM SBU, as we say, for Dentsply Sirona. And I want to recognize a man who I have a long-standing relationship, although I was more on the Dentsply side, obviously, in the past, who has done a lot for this business and a lot for the development, and who fortunately is here today. Joachim Pfeiffer. What I'm going to do today here is give you a real quick strategy update. By launching a new product, we're not only thinking about, well, what can that product do, but also how can we look at the digital space in a different way. So before I go there, I want to give you a little update on the merger. As you may know, we have officially merged 3 years ago. The first announcement, I think, was 3.5 years ago. The merge was a little bit bumpy. We're now operating under a different executive team as we have done just after the merger. That happens. I think some of the imperatives of the merger are still valid though. One of which is we consider ourselves to be the dental solution company, and I think we have more dental solutions and workflows to offer than anybody else. And with the new product, you will also see how this goes along with additional workflow opportunities, specifically in the dental space. And before I go there, let me go back a little bit. Well, it's not really a little bit to the early days of CEREC. CEREC is now 33 years old, and there have been a lot of developments in between. Many of you have been part of that development. Many of you have been early stage users, and we're really grateful that you did that. But there's always that question, what's next? How can CEREC evolve further, and how do we want to develop our strategy and our product portfolio further? And if you go back to the question of digital impression versus CEREC, in the past we oftentimes said, well, CEREC, this is this very capable, very broad system, but we really want you to engage in the full system. We don't want you necessarily to just do digital impression. We were very much on the CEREC side. I mean, we kind of, hammered the CEREC story into our customers. If they wouldn't be willing to buy, we came back six months later and said, here we are again. Did you change your mind? So this is kind of the story with CEREC. And this is also, it's a benefit and a burden at the same time. So we have to think about it and overcome this. And with today's launch, or Monday's launch actually, we're going to do exactly this. We're going to overcome this issue of, is it CEREC or is it digital impression? The answer now is both. We will do both, and we will promote both simultaneously. There's no reason to not start with digital impression and go into a full chairside solution at a later point, or just stay on the digital impression side and use the workflows as we offer them. The growth potential is proven by many, many studies, and this is one of the most recent ones, which was published in last year. As you can see, the intraoral scanning side is one of the dominant points of interest for most dentists, followed by still digital 3D X-ray and extraoral scanners and CAD/CAM systems. But the blue bar kind of indicates this is where the market is really hot at this time. Same thing for the interest to buy anytime soon. And what you see here is, we've seen these pictures before, that a lot of dentists would want to invest into digital dentistry, whatever that means, in the coming 2 to 3 years, which is really not somewhere out there. It's pretty much now. With the new product and with the new portfolio thinking we're bringing to the market, there's actually no reason to postpone that any further, because you can always start with a scanner and upgrade at any point in time later. So this is the way we're looking at the market today. It's the CAD/CAM market will always have this single-visit dentistry element, which is, I think, our stronghold, and we will definitely keep on that stronghold. But we also want to position ourselves in the fastly growing DI market. And I think with a new product, we have exactly the right answer to that question. This is really the entry stage into something really big. And as I said before, dentists who are interested in that space can walk all their way up into the golden triangle if you want to. But they can start in the blue circle. The scanner itself is an enabler for both DI and CEREC. We're talking about all kinds of digital workflows. CEREC was very much focused on prosthetics, then obviously opening up more to the implant space, to some extent also to ortho. With the new product, we're going to serve both sides, the DI space, and we're differentiating this also in the branding. On the left, you see the DI device, if you want. In the past, we would have called that PrimeScan Connect. We're not doing that anymore. We just call it PrimeScan, so this would be really the DI device for the market. And on the right, you see CEREC PrimeScan, which then comes fully loaded with the design software and everything included, which is ready to go for all kinds of chairside applications. Coming to workflows, in the past we were kind of struggling with the question, is CEREC open? I think at IDS 2017, we gave an answer and said, yes, it is open, but. And then we had a pretty complicated answer to that question. Now we can claim this new device, this new product portfolio is truly open. All devices come with fully loaded with an STL export. We can, it is all included already, so we can use OpenSTL to do any kind of work, be it orthodontic work, be it lab work. It will communicate with all lab softwares out there. It will also come with a device which allows easier file up and download. So this is really what we think is the best in class when it comes to openness. However, many of your colleagues are not really big fans of open stuff. They want validated workflows. I'm always giving this little example of what validated really means. If you go back to the old analog times, validated was something like you had a really bad impression. You knew it was bad, so you put a little yellow sticker and said, which said to your lab technician, you can make that work, sorry. And then you trusted your lab technician that he can make it work. The validation of this thing was the trust building between individuals that the workflow would work, although there were some issues there, here and there. And this is I think this idea of trust building is what we also think when we talk about validated workflows. We want to make sure that you can trust the workflow. We have tested it for you. We have approved that it will work even under difficult conditions. We do this with partners, like for example going to SureSmile or also going to some lab applications. And then we have the seamless side, and this is seamless is really all included. Everything is developed together, so it works together. It all comes from Dentsply Sirona, so it's not necessarily an external partner. So this is how we categorize the workflows, and the new product portfolio will serve all. And I also want to walk you through our new vision. Before I go into the details, I read it to you. We want to continuously improve the dentist and patient experience by guiding dentists along their individual journey of digital dentistry. There's a lot in there. First of all, it really doesn't talk about CEREC. It talks about digital dentistry. It talks about a journey. It talks about a stepwise approach where you don't necessarily have to go all in on the first day. And we're going to continuously improve and put the patient experience in the middle, because we believe something like this will only make you successful if your patient loves it. And this is exactly where we're heading here. So the starting point is PrimeScan. With that, I thank you for this little strategy excursion, and give it all back to Sam.
Thank you, sir, very much. Hopefully that gives you a little insight into what the strategy is at Dentsply Sirona. By the way, did anybody notice? No wires, no cables? I'm sure you're wondering. I'm sure you're very excited to share your information. This system will be launched on Monday. Now, I love the enthusiasm. Everyone's taking pictures, everyone's taking video. Please, please, please do not post anything on social media yet. Dentsply Sirona has a very coordinated launch scheduled for Monday, February 4th. It's a few days away. I know some of you are like, damn it. I get it. Just hold on for a couple more days. Help us on Monday, though, to break the internet. Okay? In the world of CAD-CAM. Post all you want. Post everything. We're going to have a lot of stuff going on, but until then, please, we are still in a confidential phase. Trust me, if you're anxious, imagine how all of the engineers and developers have been feeling for the last 2 years that they haven't been able to talk about this thing. So just hang in there for a few more days. Now, let's look at some of the science behind this particular scanner. Help me welcome Dr. Professor Albert Mayo. He is going to talk about some of the research on the PrimeScan, because you'll hear some claims about the most accurate scanner on the market. Where does that come from? Please give a warm round for Dr. Mayo.
So it's a pleasure for me to be here to tell you something about our investigations concerning accuracy of this new scanning device. If we think about optical scanning, we have to do a lot with light, and light is really fascinating. So light can come in different appearances, and so is the case also with optical scanning devices. And we all agree that we have a lot of advantages working with the intraoral scanning devices. We can scan very fast segmental parts of the jaw. We have the possibility to become clear surfaces, no bleeds, no bubbles compared to conventional impressions. And